What's up guys, Rand Razor here with another tech video for you guys today, and as you guys can see, got a quick unboxing and overview of my first DSLR, the Nikon D5100. Comes with a 1855mm lens, and I'm pretty excited about this because my other HP camera, I kind of lost it, which kind of sucks, and I kind of need an actual camera, so I decided to upgrade. Also, you guys will get better videos, which is really cool. But anyways, yeah, this is the D5100. Picked it up a few hours ago, and 16.2 megapixels, has the XP2. I think that's the processor. And for those of you more techie photographers out there, this is my first DSLR, so bear with me if there's a lot of things I don't know. Also comes with a 2-year Canadian warranty. I'm sure the United States will also have a 2-year warranty. And yeah, anyways, let's unbox this thing and see what we all get. Alright, so this is the kit version, so it comes with a lens, which is, any lens is good enough for me. And so that's the lens box. This looks like the box where your camera will be in. And I think that is it, so we'll move that aside. Alright, let's unbox the major thing, of course, which is the body itself. Next we have the manuals on how to put the battery in, SD card and all that stuff in, which reminds me, I'm pretty sure I did pick up an SD card. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Picked up a cheap, which is probably a bad idea, but cheap Duracell 4GB Class 4 SD card. The guy recommended Class 10 because it's faster, but that's okay for now because this thing was already too much money. Anyways, next we have a box and another box in the box. Alright, so that's it for that. Alright, first, this one looks more interesting, of course, and by the looks of it, this is where the body should be. And I really need to get a tripod for my iPhone. Actually, I need to get a tripod for this. So, anyways, well, that's it in that box. So, anyways, here's the body itself. I'm gonna put this down, do it on this, since I'm using one hand. Alright. Pretty nice. It's all plasticky, of course, but you get what you pay for. And got the lens clasp, the screen, which of course you can swivel around, which is a nice feature. Pretty cool. Surprised you don't have a screen protector on that. But yeah, that's the body itself. So of course I'll give you guys a full review of it in my next video. And the last thing, which is this, or no, the second last thing, which is this. Let's see, we get, looks like the cover for either the battery or the SD card. We also get a neck strap, Nikon on it. Also get some AV cables, so if you want to hook it up to a TV or something. And got a USB cable, transfer photos and stuff to your computer. Of course, you got your battery charger, which charges the battery, of course, and the last thing should be the battery itself, which it is. Alright, so the last thing is the lens, so be right back. Alright, next is the lens itself. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a 18 to 55mm lens, which is your standard lens I get for at least beginner type cameras. But anyways, let's take this foam off. Pretty much it, other than manuals. Yep, just more foam in manuals. And here's the lens itself, Nikon on it. Anyways, I'm going to slap this thing together and fire it up and let you guys know with a little quick overview of the camera itself, and hopefully if it's anything like my Canon Rebel 2000 series film camera review, probably would be just kind of amateur based. Well, hopefully not. But anyways, let's check that out. Alright, so it's been actually about a couple days now since the first part of the video. I've been playing around with this so I can give you guys a better idea of my experiences and a little quick overview of it. But anyways, the lens itself, like I mentioned earlier, it comes with the 18 to 55mm lens. I believe you can get an 18 to 135mm lens, but that costs more money. So this is a pretty good lens for beginners. It's also a good walk around lens as well. It's not too extreme in macroing or zooming in or anything like that, so it's a pretty decent lens for what you get with. And it's made by Nikon in Thailand. So if you're wondering where the Nikons are made, they are made in Thailand, which I believe experienced a bunch of floods, which is unfortunate. So that's why a lot of stores might experience shortages for at least Nikons. Anyways, one of the most infamous things, of course, is the flip-out screen on the Nikon itself. And this is definitely very helpful, especially for people who like to use this for videos, which does record at 1080p high definition video, which is really good. And of course, you guys will get better video qualities. And plus, I can record stuff on my iPhone now rather than using the MacBook FaceTime HD camera, which this would do a lot more better in, of course. But nonetheless, has a nice flip-up 3-inch LCD screen here. In terms of the quality of the display, it's a pretty nice display itself. Sorry, I keep bumping my iPhone here. But pretty decent quality screen. Of course, you can only tell in real life, but I don't know if you can tell in the video. But it's very good quality from my perspective, and you definitely got what you pay for. Anyways, on the screen itself, of course, it shows all your presets and everything. You can toggle the what you shows on the screen with the info button here. So if you just want a regular screen view or want to show all your options or what's available or what your presets are, you can toggle between all that, have a grid mode. In terms of the optical viewfinder, you just toggle that with this part here, so you can switch from live view to the optical viewfinder. So obviously I can't really show you guys on camera, but actually you guys can see it. Anyways, you guys can kind of see that there are digital little numbers and outputs there on the optical viewfinder itself, which is really cool. So it shows you your focus, or the f settings I mean, and ISO settings, a few other things like that on the screen itself, as well as the battery indicator. And speaking of battery, the battery's pretty decent. Comes with a battery charger, which I showed you guys earlier, and I'm not sure what the battery life is that much because I only used it for a couple days now, but it seems pretty decent for what it's powering, and it's rechargeable. And what I heard, you can get these for pretty cheap, so you can buy a bunch of them, and you know, if you're traveling and stuff, you got a full supply of batteries there. Anyways, on the rest of the camera here, we got your directional controls, OK button to, well, it's essentially an enter button, your playback button, so you can play back all your photos and stuff. Pretty cool. And what else do we have here? Got your zoom in, zoom out. This screen here is if you're using the optical viewfinder, shows all your settings and stuff, your presets and everything. Pretty cool. Got a little nice little thumb grip here, rubber thumb grip, so we can hold the camera with one hand pretty easily. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend holding it for too long because it does have a bit of weight to it, mainly because of the lens. But it's there, which is really good. Down here, got the delete button, of course. That's actually a little green light to it just flashes randomly when you do stuff on it. On top here, got the information button, so it shows you all your presets that you can reset to, or not reset, but set to. There's also, we can do it that way, or you can do it from the menu, which is two options. But this is a lot more quicker if you want to gain access to your ISO settings, release settings, and all that stuff. Also has a battery indicator, and shows more information which I have yet to learn. Anyways, got this little directional pad here, so if you say you go to scene mode, you want to select different scenes. Let's go back to live view for a second. Use the directional pad to select different scenes here, and that's what it's pretty much used for, just to switch between stuff. That button here, I'm not really sure. It looks like an autofocus lock or something like that, which for some reason I tried to play with it, but it didn't work for me. You might have to preset or anything. That button there, I'm so not sure. That button here, which I showed you guys earlier to show different your display. That's a record button, so we just hit it to start recording video, hit it to stop. This is your on and off button here. You just switch it. And of course the Chrome button here is pretty obvious is the shutter button. Anyways, on the side here, you got your little slot here for SD cards. It takes up to class 10 SD cards. It might even take more higher end ones than that, but I got a cheap Duracell 4GB class 4 SD card because I thought I'd spend too much money on the camera itself, and so far it's been working okay. If you get the class 10s or anything better than that, you'll notice that you're saving your photos and stuff will be a lot more quicker, which might be a good advantage. Anyways, on the other side of the camera here, you got all your ports. So HDMI, AV, audio, video out, GPS, where I guess you can plug in a GPS accessory here, and your mic out, and it's covered up by this little flimsy plasticky rubbery thing, but stays in there, which is good. On the front here, you got the timer button, which you can set from 2 seconds to 20 seconds, I believe, and got the flash button here, which I think you can also preset to do something else. The D5100 logo there, and of course the Nikon logo on the top here. The flash, which let me just turn that on. There we go. Anyways, there's a flash there. It's pretty powerful for, I guess, a camera or the flash of that size. And got this button here, which releases the lens itself. Boom, like that. And of course you just line up the two dots, twist back into place. Lens itself got a nice little rubber grip that goes around here, so you can hold the camera VSO, at least that's how I hold it. And of course on the other side of the camera here, we got another rubber grip here, so you can hold the camera with one hand, which is really good. Anyways, oh, I also got a little, I guess that's a Nikon traditional signature red little trim there, I don't know what you call it, but I see it on all Nikons. And I think, oh, also got this little light here. It's a pretty powerful light, especially if you're using, only turns on when I'm using the optical viewfinder, so let's see, turn it back. So I don't know if you guys can see here, but it does fire up. Let me just turn this light off. It fires up in dark settings, so you guys can see here. It's a pretty powerful light. And not exactly sure what it's used for. I guess my guess is used for when you're using the optical viewfinder, so you can actually see what you're trying to take a picture of if you're using this instead of live view. Anyways, that's a little quick overview of the camera itself. It's made in Thailand, which I don't know if I mentioned earlier. The Canons are made in Japan, but in terms of quality, they're pretty much on par, so doesn't really matter. And also, Thailand, I believe, had a massive flood, so don't be surprised if the Nikons are not in full stock in a lot of stores, which is, of course, unfortunate if you're in Thailand, but shit happens in this world, and you can't really do much about it. Anyways, also comes in the neck strap, which a little bit finicky to put on. I took it off because I thought it was annoying, but comes with the neck strap. Of course, says Nikon on it. Same thing with Canons. And speaking about Canons, the competition or the comparable model for Canon to this model, which I'm sure most of y'all know, is the Canon T3i. In terms of which one is better or why I chose the Nikon, both cameras are pretty much identical in terms of what they offer, features, and quality. There are a few marginal differences, but the marginal differences don't really pretty negligible. For example, the Canon T3i has a dedicated ISO button on the top here somewhere. The Nikon does not. The other thing I read online, the Nikon has better image quality when it's set on an ISO of 3200 than a camera, but it's only slightly. So again, there are marginal differences. If this is your first DSLR like mine is, just pick the one that you like the best. Pick the one that, what I say to people when you're comparing, similar things, pick the brand or object or whatever that turns you on the most. That's right, that question there. And whichever one turns you on the most, that is the one you should get. And for beginners, whichever camera you pick, obviously you're going to stick with that type, especially for those of you who are going to get into serious photography. So if you're getting with Nikon, you're going to be stuck with Nikon lenses, which aren't bad. Canon, Nikon, again, pretty comparable brands, essentially good as quality as you can get for both of them. And so just pick a brand that you like. I chose Nikon. I was initially going to get the T3i, but decided to go with Nikon instead. When I went to Future Shop and looked at the models, I don't know why, I just chose Nikon. I like the look of it. I was pretty satisfied with it, and that's why I went with it. But anyways, so yeah, for you guys, definitely get better quality YouTube videos, which is really nice. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much for this video. If you guys have any questions or comments about the Nikon D5100, ask away. If you're wondering how I could afford this and the iPad, I actually returned the iPad. The iPad's a pretty cool device, but decided it wasn't really worth it since I already had the iPhone and MacBook Pro. So that's why I just decided to put money into the DSLR, and plus my other point and shoot camera. The HP one is pretty much aging, and I want something a little bit better. So that's why I picked this up and got into photography. Well, I like taking photos, so it's not really a hobby, it's just something I enjoy doing, and also videos for YouTube videos. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Again, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button on top there, and I'll see you all next video. Peace.